great to have you guys here.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I had some business down here, so I strong-armed Reva into joining me.
Listen to him.
Well, it took some work. It did.
Well, actually, Joshua does have a man he has to see, someone who's very interested in the harbor project and wants to do a lot of the same thing at other locations.
Is that the story I used to get you down here?
So you two are back together again?
We're dating.
Ah. Well, that's wonderful news.
And we're being very silly about it, too.
Well, some people just belong together.
My sentiments exactly.
I just hope we haven't come at a bad time. I mean, we heard about the whole Alonzo thing, and I'm sure that created quite a commotion down here when it came out. And we just want you to know that if there's anything we can do.
You guys just being here is enough. Other than that, we're just trying to keep things as normal as possible.
That's right, normal as possible. We've got some fundraising that we're doing. We've got a wonderful new plan for a brand new school.
Oh, you know what? I bet you Josh could help you before the meeting you have with the board. You could run some preliminary budgets and plans before him and see what he thinks.
Yeah, sure. Anytime you want.
Now would probably be a good time.
Ooh, that's smooth. That's real smooth, Cassie.
Oh, I get it. I get it. Translation, the sisters need some time alone. Okay, all right, that's fine. We'll step out. I'll catch up with you later.
Yes.
Huh? Okay.
I'm really glad you're here.
What's going on, Cassie? I know it's more than just Richard's new brother.
Well, everything that you've been reading in the papers, it's nothing compared to what's been going on here.
Cassie, what's wrong? What's going on that you couldn't tell me in front of Richard? You two have always been so open and honest with each other.
That's very important to me.
Well, yeah, because that's who you are. It's who both of you are.
He's just... Since Alonzo's come here, Richard, he's just changed.
Changed how?
Lying to me, and he's keeping things from me, and he's shutting me out, and he keeps doing it over and over again. He doesn't realize how bad it's hurting us.
Richard's never been one to lie to you, has he?
No. He hasn't. It's just that the thing is that he's not the only one who's lying.
What do you mean Richard's not the only one who's lied?
It's just really not easy to explain.
Cassie, I'm here to help you. It's between us, so tell me.
I love Richard so much. You know, he has this problem with trust. We both do, which is why we value what we have. Like this situation with Alonzo has brought up these feelings, you know, with Richard, and I guess it was bound to happen.
Why?
Because I just, you know, plunged head first when we found out Alonzo was Will's father, and I was naive, you know. Richard and I, when we met Alonzo, I decided right then and there that Alonzo had to be a part of Will's life.
You decided?
Yes, and I was right, too. You know, I mean, Alonzo didn't hesitate for a second, Reva, to risk his own life to save Will's for that liver transplant.
And I'm sure Richard was very grateful.
Very. And it brought the two of them closer. Then Camille showed up, and then everything was...
Wait, Camille, that's Will's birth mother.
She is not a mother. She is selfish, and she is self-involved.
Hey, don't hold back. Tell it like it is.
Camille came back to San Cristobal, and she was using Will to try and worm her way back into Alonzo's heart. So Richard came up with this idea that Alonzo would take Camille and they would go on a year-long goodwill tour to promote tourism in San Cristobal.
And Alonzo agreed to it.
Yeah, he thought it was the best way to keep Camille at bay. What he didn't realize is that Richard was also using it to keep him at bay.
Was Richard afraid that Alonzo would take Will back?
I know that was a part of it, but Richard was also afraid that he wanted me.
Was he right?
I didn't think so, but I asked Alonzo, and he admitted that he had feelings for me.
What kind of feelings?
Romantic feelings.
So, what did Richard say when you told him?
I didn't. I lied to him.
You chose not to tell Richard that Alonzo was in love with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Why?
Because, you know, things have been really tense around here, Reva, and that's his brother. I don't want to ruin the possibility of a relationship between the two of them.
Okay, I get that. I do. I probably would have done the same thing, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have. I mean, let's look at this from Richard's point of view for a second. The two of you adopt a baby, and then you offer a job to the natural father, guaranteeing that that man will be near that baby, his son, who on paper is Richard's son.
Yes, of course he's Richard's son.
Okay. I've never adopted a baby before, but I would think that the last person I would be the natural parent. That's why Richard and I chose to leave Jonathan all these years, because he has parents. We don't want to confuse him.
I know. I know, and I thought this was different, you know. I'm the one who insisted Alonzo be a part of Will's life. Reva, I know what it's like to grow up not knowing your father or your mother. And I don't want Will to have the questions that I still have to this day. And Alonzo, he's a really good guy, you know, and he should be allowed to know his son. Who is Richard's son? Did you hear what you just said?
His son. Richard's son.
I cannot pretend that Alonzo doesn't exist.
But you can pretend that Camille doesn't exist.
Camille is no more a mother than this table right here.
And what if Richard decided that he wanted Camille to be a part of that baby's life?
Well, he wouldn't.
What if he did?
I wouldn't let him.
How do you think Richard would react to that double standard?
Camille and Alonzo are two totally different people.
Okay, Cassie, all I'm saying to you is that you, being this good and generous person, have closed the door on one parent, but not on the other. What made you believe that Alonzo wouldn't take Will away?
I knew that he wouldn't.
Based on what?
My instinct, I guess. I just, you know, felt like I could trust him.
Trust him with your happiness. Cassie, I'm not trying to judge you.
Well, then what are you saying?
I just don't think you've told me the whole story. I want you to tell me what's really going on.
Reva, there's nothing to tell, you know. Richard is jealous of Alonzo, and I'm just trying to figure out a way to deal with it the best way I know how.
And keeping things from him is the best way you know how.
Things? I'm not keeping things
Okay,
from
one
my husband.
thing. One thing. The fact that Alonzo is in love with you.
He thinks he's in love with me.
Cassie, honey, I love you. And I feel like I can tell you anything, and I would hope that you would feel the same way about me.
What do you want me to do? Do you want me to make something up?
I want you to trust me and yourself enough to know what's going on in your heart. Why won't you tell Richard that Alonzo is in love with you?
Mission accomplished.
Yes. The plans Richard showed me are very impressive. In fact, I want Lewis Construction to put in a bid for the building of those schools.
Oh, he did a wonderful job.
Well, look at it this way. If my bid gets accepted, you'll be seeing a lot more of me and Reva.
So now I'm on your work crew?
No, no, no. More like my supervisor.
Ah.
Perhaps you two would like some time alone. Thanks again for the help with the plan.
Actually, you need to think about your meeting. You do. And then later, we can have a candlelit dinner and a walk on the beach. Hmm?
You know, it's a little hard for me to keep my mind on business right now. That's not a bad thing, though, is it?
No, no, there's nothing wrong with that at all. But it'll give Cassie and I a little more time to spend together. In fact, I have an idea. Why don't the two of you go down and explore all the new restaurants on the waterfront and have a nice lunch? And then Cassie and I can have some more time.
You'll make this up to me later?
Over and over again.
Okay, you up for lunch?
I guess.
Okay, all right.
See you later.
All right.
I feel bad. You're supposed to be alone with Josh, not solving my problems.
I'm here to help you, Cassie.
Everything is fine, Reva. It is, you know, we just have to get past this, that's all. If I tell Richard about Alonzo, it's just gonna make everything worse.
Yes, it would, but in
Reva,
the long run...
I know that I'm doing the right thing here. For everyone. You have to trust me on this.
I understand why you don't want to tell Richard that Alonzo is in love with you, Cassie, but that doesn't mean that it's right. You and Richard have had an incredibly strong marriage. Tell him the truth. Tell him that Alonzo is just a friend and that's all he'll ever be. Do you really believe that Alonzo's in love with you?
I just think he's infatuated. Maybe he's lonely and he mistook our friendship for something more, but, you know, he'll just get over it and everything will be back to normal.
And what if he doesn't?
Well, he has to. Because I'm a married woman and he knows that, so he's just gonna have to deal with whatever feelings he has for me.
Cassie, you keep talking about his feelings. What about your feelings? You have to face them. What are your feelings about Alonzo?
What I want, Reva, is to protect my marriage with Richard. And I want to allow him the chance to get to know his brother. So if keeping something to myself that is no one else's business but my own, if that's gonna let that happen, that's...
Excuse me, Mrs. Winslow. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you have to get ready. The Wives in Government luncheon?
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thanks.
Cassie, any lie, even the most well-intentioned one, will find a way to come back and bite you.
I know that.
Just make sure you don't lie to yourself. Trust your heart, Cassie.